just to give us a feeling of being with them up here. Let's take a deep breath and give a praise offering like this with our hands to Alana for that beautiful, beautiful entree to our service today. Just keep doing it for a little while. It feels good, doesn't it? You can feel the energy of that. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful music. Today is our young adult honoring Sunday, and they're honoring us with wonderful music and wonderful spiritual conversations we're going to have. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Norma, and I'm the minister, and I want to start with getting some business things out of the way, which are our announcements. We have several announcements. One is that on April 25th, that's 2 Sundays from now, every once in a while, the folks at the Havara need to take over the whole weekend at the Havara. They've got a big Zalman Schechter honoring ceremony going on, and so we have to go somewhere else on that weekend. So go various places. This time what we found available was Jackson Wellsprings, their community room. So April 25th at Jackson Wellsprings. We used to meet there, and we have fond memories of incredible things that happened there. How many used to be with us when we met there before? Some of you. We had some great ceremonies there at Jackson Wellsprings space, didn't we? So come, because we get to do a different kind of thing there because we don't have the chairs the way they are and everything, so it's kind of fun to do something more ritual and different there. Kathy Mary and others have been involved in the prayer chaplains for quite a long time, and a few weeks, a couple months ago, we had a list go out for you to sign up on if you were interested in being trained as a prayer chaplain here. We have a wonderful ministry that goes on to, especially the people that are sick and dying, and all kinds of prayer requests we get. And so we're going to have another training, and Kathy Mary's going to tell you a little bit about it.
So we're real happy about that. This was, I think, last November we had people sign up on that list, so you've had to wait a long time for us to get back with you. So we have a date of May 15th and 16th, so that would be a Friday night and all day Saturday. That's about the detail we have right now. We know who the facilitators are going to be. Myself and Arlene Rogers and Donna Benjamin and Norma. And we still have some details to figure out, but I'm going to put another sign-up sheet on the table in the back. Again, even if you signed up before, go ahead and say I'm interested now, and there may be some new people, and some people from 4 or 5 months ago might have dropped away. We just never know. So we just like to have an update on your interest, and then we'll, with an email and a phone number, hopefully if you have those to give us so that we can follow up with you and let you know the details. And we have just 3 Sundays we're going to be announcing this, and we want to try to have a commitment after 3 Sundays, because then we need some time to make the materials. So I think that's the 25th, maybe the last of those 3 Sundays. But so we're just trying to let people know and go into your heart and see if you want to do this, and talk to others if you want to, and that's what we got going.
And if you're curious about what being a prayer chaplain is, please speak to any one of us who, prayer chaplains, raise your hand. Speak to any one of us what it means. It's awesome.
So amazing miracles have happened with the prayer chaplains. If you wanted to be a hospice chaplain at times in your life, this is a way that you can do it, but with a smaller training and an intimate group, it's a great thing to do. Okay, now Unity is co-sponsoring these films that are taking place that happened at the Bioneers, and now the film of what's gone on at the Bioneers is going to be here this Sunday night, the next Sunday night, and the following Sunday night at the Grange. Quite a lot of good advertisement has gone out about it, and I was at the Bioneers this past year in 2014, and it was the 25th anniversary of it, and you can hear Bioneers, they're like pioneers for the biosphere. Native American people, scientists, poets, all kinds of people come together with a heart for what's happening on the earth. And amazing things took place this last year at the 25th anniversary, because we're experiencing a call and a breakthrough on this planet. So you're going to want to see these videos that are, mostly the plenary sessions from the Bioneers last fall, and we get to have them here in Ashland. with discussion afterwards. So please come to those, 6:30 at LaGrange, these next 3 Sunday nights. The Tolman Creek Grange, yeah. Okay, starting tonight. Yeah, tonight and the next 2 Sundays after that. Yes. You like that poster? Yeah. Nisha Burton made it. She's a good graphic designer. 6 to 9, okay. Let's see, my other announcements here. We had a wonderful gathering here, about 30 people for the Earth Temple. We're taking it to the broader community. We've had 2 great meetings with all Unity people, and so stay tuned because you may want to come to one of these meetings where we're talking about our visions of the future and what many of us are feeling called in our hearts to listen to the earth more deeply and listen to one another listening to the earth, and then what are we going to do about that? Maybe we will have a building that's green built and really a part of the earth in some way and a part of having co-housing community along with it. So just to say, we had a fabulous meeting here the other night. It's moving forward. Let's see. We've been having a Buddhist meditation on Fridays. It kind of dwindled down. We were having quite a few for a while, and it dwindled down, and we sent out a questionnaire about if you're still wanting it. And we're looking for the possibility of, until we have our own meditation space, where we picture having it be open 24/7 and having meditation going on many of the hours of the day. That's one of the visions that we have. But until we have that, we're looking for another space to have it in, and I've been contacting the various Buddhist temples. Maybe we could have it there, but to no avail so far. So anyway, we're looking for another space. If any of you have ideas about where we could have a weekly meditation group, it could be your house, if you like that idea. But let us know, okay, because that's been a vital and nourishing thing. And let me know if you like doing that and want to be part of it too. Donna always has good jokes about the cell phones, but I don't have a joke. I just say, I turn mine on airplane mode. And so, we're going on a trip here, so turn it on airplane mode. And then let's do our blessing of our children. And Donna's got her, one more. Donna's got her great announcement about this thing that she's been brewing inside of her and being called to for a long time. And now she's gifting it as a gift to Unity, whoever comes and pays for this wonderful seminar. Tell us what it's about.
Okay, well, I am a certified Dream Builder life coach, newly certified, so I'm offering my first vision workshop. It's the Vision Workshop, Living Life Full Spectrum. So many of us have had a dream or maybe just a calling inside to do something even greater with our life, but we don't know what it is. Or we might know what it is one moment, and then life happens and we forget it, and we don't really pursue it. This is a way, and I have a flyer on the back table. I have a stand-up flyer and one other, so you can really look it over and see what it's about. If you want to come, just take this little reminder so you know the date and the time and everything. It is next Saturday. It's at the Haven. Anybody know where the Haven is? If not, ask me afterwards or ask someone that looks like they know something. It is Saturday afternoon, April 18th. It is from 2 to 5. I'd like to start promptly at 2. And we're going to do some processes. I have a PowerPoint program. There'll be some music. Anyway, I think it'll be entertaining if nothing else, and I think it might actually change your life because you might actually discover your dream and the steps on how to actually manifest it this time. Even if you haven't in the past, even if you thought you were too old, you didn't have the education, you didn't have the experience, there is a way, a foolproof way that you can manifest it. So, I hope you will support Unity and support yourself by being there. Thank you.
How many have dreams? Donna can help you. Dream on, yes. So let's go see what she has. She's been bringing this forth in her life. Let's support her and support Unity and be there on next Saturday, 2 o'clock. Okay, so now we have our wonderful time when us adults get to honor the kids, the children, and bring them up front and then send them out to their wonderful mystery school. And today we have somebody from India with us here to teach the mystery school, because they're starting in their section on Hinduism. And so Francie has come all the way from India today. And yes, and you want to say something, right?
Good morning. It's so nice to see you all, and again, thank you for bringing us these beautiful children who enrich our lives so much and teach us as we explore the religions, great religions of the world. This month we embark on a study of Hinduism, and it's the most unknown to myself and my husband. So any of you who have knowledge of an aspect of Hinduism or have any kinds of icons or things that could support us, we'd be so happy to hear your stories as well as receive any things to use for the duration, the next 4 or 5 weeks as we do it. So we'll, and another thing is we're still looking for a CD player. So anybody who has one stuck in the closet that you're not using, you'd let us borrow for a while, or one that you're ready to pass on, we'd be most happy. So you can see me after church, or my husband, or Mari, or Norma, or write us a little note at the information table. So now we'll do an a cappella. You are face of God. You are the face of God. Let me put this down. We'll put Ganesh up here as we sing it. And then I'll take it with us. Nicole and Nova just brought this to us for today. Isn't that beautiful? Not to keep. We appreciate that so much. We get to borrow it during this time of studying. Thank you. All right, let's see who has a beautiful voice that would like to help us. Yes.
On the face of God, I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
We're so blessed today to be having a Young Adult Sunday. We've got fabulous music and speaking lined up. Ilana, right? Yeah. Some of you weren't here in the very beginning and you missed fabulous meditative prelude music, but hopefully she'll be coming back and doing some more. We've got FireFly and Destiny. So glad to have you here today, and thank you for honoring us as young adults. And we're hoping that we can let other young adults know that cool things are happening here and draw more young adults, because we ain't getting any younger. We're getting younger, okay? And, worshipful gatherings that are omni-faith, I think, are of interest to young adults, and yet so many don't know that anything like this is going on. They think church and they don't want to be there, and so we've got to get the word out that there's something different that we're talking about and living into here. So we're so glad to have emissaries, you guys, that have the vision for that and the heart for reaching out to young adults. And we're so thankful to have you here today. So blessings. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'd like to open up the sacred space part of our service this morning with an invocation. So I invite you to, in whatever way you do that, go within. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Maybe uncross your feet. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths. Filling up the lungs and allowing all of the air out, drawing in fresh oxygen. Feeling the support of the chair and the earth beneath you. Feeling the expansive connection to all that is, to spirit, to the unseen. I recognize that here and now, we are a place where heaven and earth meet. I recognize that here and now, this space is a space where infinity finds its voice, where the all-pervading presence of beauty and love opens its eyes through and as each person here. This is love. And so I bless this service. I bless our time together, giving thanks for the energetic participation of each person here and for the presence of love, sacred helpers, seen and unseen. Knowing that each person who shows up is getting exactly what their soul is calling out for, that deep calls to deep, and we are indeed all one. And so giving thanks for all that transpires and all that flows into our day, I give thanks. And so it is.
Ring the bell that can still ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That is how the light gets in. Leonard Cohen. It seems that intuitive listening requires us to still our minds until the beauty of things older than our minds can find us. Mark Nepa.
This song is about... Wait, do I have a voice? This song is about letting go of that need to know and coming into the innocence of a child and being in a state of wonder and readiness in each moment. And there's also an invocation to Ganesha in it, which is wonderful, that Ganesha already came into the service this morning. So there'll be an opportunity for everyone to sing, and it's really easy. It just says, ba, 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 ba. And we'll bop, bop, ba, ba together for a little while. And you can just bop, bop however it feels good for you. It doesn't have to sound what I'm doing. And I need to adjust my microphones just a little bit.
the amazing Joel Goldsmith. The first one. Immortality is attained in proportion as personal sense is overcome, whether here or hereafter. As we put off the personal ego and attain the consciousness of our real self, the reality of us, divine consciousness, we attain immortality. And that can be achieved here and now. Just breathe out. This listening is the art of meditation, in the learning in which we come to a place of transition where the truth leaves the mind and it enters the heart. In other words, there is no longer merely an intellectual knowledge about truth, but the truth becomes a living thing within ourselves. And with that, I introduce the amazing FireFly. Hello again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy springtime. Yes. It's such an honor to be here. I'm really, really grateful to be here. And when I was asked to speak, a few people asked me, so what's the difference between Unity and CSL? Because I come from a tradition, another New Thought tradition called Centers for Spiritual Living. And I thought, well, I don't really know what the difference is. I've heard that Unity is slightly more based in the metaphysical teachings of the scripture and that sort of a thing. But I have a feeling that the Unity here in Ashland is pretty special. And I think it is. Y'all are really lucky to have her and Norma. But you know that, right? So anyway, so it's good to be here. And it's springtime. It's a time of renewal, of new beginnings. And so I was sitting with the energy of new beginnings, of renewal, of new practices. And what I really want to talk to you about today is two things: spiritual practice and the leap of faith. And I'll go more into the leap of faith in a little bit. But spiritual practice has really been coming up for me a lot lately, especially with the new energy of spring, moving out of the kind of coldness of winter. And I'm just curious, I know I'm in Ashland and I know I'm in a spiritual center, but how many of you have had a spiritual practice at some point? Okay, pretty much all of you. What are some of the spiritual practices that you've had? Can you just call out a couple? Prayer. Reading. Yoga. Qigong. Meditation. Nature. Dance.
Bike riding.
Singing. Drumming. I heard nature a couple of times. Working with plants. Animals. Oh my gosh, sounds like a chorus of angels. It's beautiful. So spiritual practice takes place in many different forms, and it's different for everybody. And I like to define it or think of it as any action that gets us out of our heads and into our hearts, which is kind of what the reading was about, which is the amazing Joel Goldsmith. And because our heads and the ego mind is really useful for things like driving a car and getting our taxes done. Has everybody done their taxes?
No.
But when it comes to things like dropping into infinity, sometimes the racing mind or the to-dos, it can need a little bit of assistance. And why? Why is it so necessary to drop into the heart? Because we could just be going along, doing our thing, getting things done, that sort of a thing. But I believe that we are infinite beings, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I believe that the infinite is finding its expression through and as us. And not all of us are conditioned to have that in our immediate awareness. And even for those of us who are lucky enough to grow up with a conscious awareness of that, it still kind of takes practice in our daily lives to remember that. And I actually have a quote I want to share from Ernest Holmes. Has anyone read this, The Science of Mind? It's an amazing textbook. He says, "The stuff out of which our human bodies are made is the same etheric substance from which all things are made. The one mind conceives all things, from unity, which is one, back of all things, through the one law, which is the medium of all action. Multiplicity is manifested, but the many never contradicts the unity of the whole. When we realize that we are dealing with infinite intelligence, and with an infinite law within this intelligence, we see that no limit should be placed upon the creative principle. So just sitting with that for a minute. There is an infinite power and presence in the universe. Call it many names, doesn't matter what we call it. It is the one thing that is going on. It is the same presence that keeps the planets in motion. It's the same force of gravity. It is love itself, and that's the very same force that is beating all of our hearts right now. And sometimes we forget, sometimes I forget, in all of the to-dos and all of the things that kind of take precedence in our daily life, but a spiritual practice, even if it for a moment connects us with that infinity. And that's really important, I think, for a number of reasons, not only for our individual development, but also for all of the changes that are taking place on the planet right now. We need a kind of spiritual muscle to assist us through the challenges and through the kind of new skills that we need to learn to just survive and to create community in this world. And so I want to talk a little bit about that muscle that gets built. And spiritual practice is just like any other practice. It takes focus, it takes commitment. Sometimes it's hard at first. Sometimes we don't want to do it. Sometimes our mind will make up any excuse as to why we shouldn't do it. But it's still important, and that muscle that spiritual practice builds is faith. The faith muscle. And why is faith important? So that leads me into the second part of what I want to talk to you about today, which is the leap of faith. And more importantly, after the leap of faith. What happens after we take the leap of faith? So the terminology leap of faith comes from the Dutch philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. And he was writing at a time where the collective thought and belief was moving out away from the church and faith in God to a more scientific, rational reasoning, that which can be demonstrated and proven empirically and quantifiably. And the leap of faith is not so much a leap of faith, but a leap to faith. A leap in our consciousness from one of duality to oneness. And the consciousness of oneness is a frequency. Faith is a frequency. It's a way of being able to see the divine in everything, to recognize that there is only one thing happening. And that duality consciousness is more of the one that I mentioned earlier, when we're driving our car or when we're looking around and we see the physical world and we're in the realm of cause and effect, we act and there are consequences. And it's all one, it's all real, but the leap of faith is taking the stance, taking the chance, really, to step into belief in something that maybe we can't see with our eyeballs yet. Or maybe to take a stance on an action that maybe seems crazy to our family or religion of origin, or maybe even what we have believed up until now. And there's a line from one of my favorite songs that goes, "I've got skinned up knees from all my leaps of faith." Who here has ever taken a leap of faith in their life before? Again, so we've got some spiritual practicers, and we've also got some people who have taken a leap of faith. And I don't know about you, but for me, it really seems scary at times, because it's really stepping into the unknown. What if I fall flat on my face? What if I fail? What if there's no net to catch me? But with this practice of whatever it is, that daily drinking from the well of infinity, from keeping our mind set on the moments of our highest resolve, that builds up like a kind of muscle that makes us stronger in stepping into the unknown. And the universe provides, right? I mean, no matter what we do, stepping forward, we will be supported, right? Well, sometimes it does seem like that net isn't there to catch us, and sometimes we do get skinned up knees. And I believe that that serves a purpose. Because while I do believe that there is a force and a presence and a power that is conspiring for our highest good, whether we believe it or not, whether we see it or not, sometimes the appearance is that I made a leap of faith, I stepped out without any evidence to support my decision, and I fell flat on my face, and now what? What happens after the leap of faith? And I think that sometimes that happens, sometimes we're tested, because it's important to stay close to the ground. It's important to stay connected with sweet Mother Earth, with that humility. And I believe that if we are not only connecting with the infinite possibilities that exist in this quantum field of reality that we live in, if we are constantly stretching the edges of our own transcendence in our daily practices, but also staying connected to our lives right here and now. What is happening in our bodies, what is happening in our minds, the realities of the commitments that we've made, of what we've set out to do, of the lessons that are here right now. I believe that we can kind of eliminate the need for a faith leap and really develop a faith walk. Stepping gently, staying connected with the earth so that we don't need to build castles in the sky and maybe hope that maybe we'll be supported in our dreams, but to know that when we say the universe provides, that's actually our own volition of connecting with that force and that power, stretching beyond time and space. And that does take practice, because oftentimes that is a practice that involves trusting in a power that we cannot see. But by tapping into that which makes us remember who we are, whether it's gardening, whether it's sitting on the cushion, whether it's yoga, that we have developed that muscle to be able to withstand the challenges that may arise when we do step out on faith or step out into a higher vision that is calling us forward. And also, it's kind of nice to have a spiritual six-pack. And there's a quote from the Bible, James 2:14, faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. And the interpretation that I like to sit with this one is that, yes, we must practice faith. Yes, we must set our intentions and be really clear about what it is that we're putting our intention into. But works, taking action towards that. So it's not just, oh, I've set my intention and focusing on what feels good and the universe will provide it. It's also, yes, it's that, and it's taking action in the direction of our dreams. Whether or not our manifestations occur from that particular course of action, it's the willingness to show up and to do the work. And just like with getting a six-pack or getting really fit or whatever the goal might happen to be physically, it does take work, it takes regular action. And so that we're not just reaching that place when we sit on the meditation cushion, but also when we're at the grocery store or when we're stuck in traffic. Not so much in Ashland. I'm from the Bay Area, that's more relevant there. But in those moments when it may be not so easy to recognize one another, that if we are regularly practiced in getting into our hearts and remembering who we are able to recognize the divine in each other. And when I'm in that space, I can't help but want to bow. And it is that place, even if we just touch it once a day, and even if it just creates a subtle atmosphere around us, it becomes a reliable pool that we can dip into. no matter the season. And so today, before I leave you, I'd like to invite us into a spiritual practice together. And no matter what your regular practice is, or maybe if you're needing a kind of a revamp on your current spiritual practice or wanting to pick a new one, this is one that you might want to try on. And it's that idea of getting out of the head and getting into the heart. I think that any physical motion that you can make with your body that gets your heart equal to or above your head physically, it sends that message to the energetic body and into the subconscious that, oh, we're surrendering to a higher power here. So, you still with me? So I invite you to take a deep breath. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes or keep them at a soft focus. Take another deep breath. Remembering in this moment that we are indeed connected with and an expression of the great divine mystery. We'll take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, we will bow our head forward. Bow it forward as far as it feels comfortable. And on the in-breath, bring it back up. And very slowly, at your own pace, at your own breath, on the exhale, bow the head forward. It may be a slight tilt of the chin, or you might bend your head all the way forward so that the head is below the heart. Breathing in fresh oxygen. And on the exhale, letting go of all that does not serve. Breathing in, inviting the wisdom of the heart in the here and now. And exhaling, releasing any need to be in control, surrendering to the trust. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing the heart wisdom to unite with the wisdom of the mind, merging the conscious with the unconscious. Welcoming the infinite grace of spirit in and through all faculties of our being by this simple act of surrender. And wherever you are, know that you are held, loved, supported in ways seen and unseen, always. And gently coming back up to center. Bringing your breath back to normal. And if it feels comfortable, place your hands in a prayer position in front of your heart. And taking one last deep breath, bow to the infinite intelligence within yourself. so it is.
truly, we have walked in the sacred space together, haven't we? Beautiful. It's really brought us there so much. Now is the time for our offering. If you feel fed by invoking the sacred in this space, in this community, give generously to support our work here. Thank you for taking the offering. And FireFly is going to come and sing to us during the offering. Enjoy.
Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy, joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Love gives me everything I need.
Knowing that love gives us everything we need, we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Thank you. Is it time to get in the big circle? Okay. Let's get in our big closing circle and hold hands and be serenaded again. As everybody's gathering, I just want to say thanks again, and maybe we can, before our hands are joined together, we can just give another little praise offering for our young adults and how fabulous it was. It was really deep. You really led us into a heartfelt spiritual place. We really appreciate that. So let everybody know that next week we're going to be having a service focusing on our circles of 8 that have been taking place and building community and looking at what is a community of solidarity. So we'd like to have it be a time when testimonies come forth, from all of you that have been in the circles of 8. So be thinking about what they've meant to your life and your heart and how they've helped you in feeling more like you know each other and being in community with each other. So come prepared next week to testify. Okay. Thank you.
So to close out today, we're going to sing a song very simple. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Passing by love.